Welcome back to another Chatterbox reaction. I'm Sean, and today I've got the lovely two with me today, which is none other than Maria. How you doing?
I'm good, Sean. How are you doing today?
Yeah, I'm not too bad, loving the purple. I know I mentioned it earlier, but I think it looks really good on you. So yeah, all good. And obviously, next up we've got the main man himself. It's the ladies' love. Andre, what's
Yo,
going
yo,
on?
yo, 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 what's going on?
Yeah, all good, man, all good. Lovely to see your smile again back on the screen. I know you was out last week, but yeah, all good, man. We got you back today.
Mhm.
So I'm Sean, as you know, and today we're going to be reacting to something which is pretty unique. I don't think I've seen a mention of this one before, but it's actually um, about two 19-year-olds who dropped out of Stanford to build India's next tech unicorn. Tech. I said techs. I should have said tech. But yeah, anyway, ignore me, guys. It's definitely tech. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they're doing here, being a startup business and how successful it is and what the future holds. So without further ado, let's jump right in because I think this one's 10 minutes. So yeah.
When we started this 12 months ago, every conversation we had was, you're totally out of your mind, this is never going to work.
Yet, in less than a year, these two Stanford University dropouts have managed to prove these early doubters wrong.
At that point, we had already scaled to a couple $1 million of annualized revenue. We said, here's an opportunity to raise a large amount of capital. It's got clear product market fit. How many people in their lifetimes get an opportunity to build a potential generational company? And we figured that was just sort of a more exciting opportunity than studying at an elite university.
And their leap of faith has so far paid off. The 19-year-old founders intend to change the way groceries are delivered in India.
Oh,
Their company is now valued at $900 million.
900 million?
Adit Palicha and Kavalia Vora are the founders of Zepto, a startup from India that promises to deliver groceries in less than 10 minutes. They are just one of many businesses to join the wave of what's known as quick or instant commerce. The childhood friends founded the business in July 2021, right in the middle of the COVID-19 pandemic. Operations started 2 months later. At the time, there was a surge in demand for delivery services as many stayed home during nationwide lockdowns. Zepto says it's now adding 100,000 new users daily ever since its launch 1 year ago, making it one of the fastest growing quick commerce apps in India.
Grocery is such a high frequency category. It's not a purchase that you make once a month or once every 2-3 months. You're making grocery purchases, at least in India, multiple times a week, right? And so when you're engaging in a chore that's very high frequency, the friction of getting that chore done is paramount.
The idea for Zepto came while they were stuck inside their homes in Mumbai during a lockdown.
At that time, online groceries would take 6-7 days to deliver. Offline options were practically shut down or unavailable, right? So it was incredibly difficult for us to get groceries. And we had sort of similar conversations with our neighbors that complained about pretty much the same problem. That's when we said, hey, we love building. We've done that sort of growing up as kids as well. Why don't we try building a solution for the folks in our neighborhood?
Adit and Kavalia are no strangers to the instant grocery delivery business. In 2020, they started Kirana Cart, offering supermarket delivery services in Mumbai.
During Kirana Cart, we've been delivering roughly around 45-minute type delivery time frames, right? There were some people that were getting their deliveries in a 10-15 minute time frame. And the customer facing metrics in terms of their retention and how much they like the platform was significantly higher for those people that got their deliveries in that 10 to 15 minute time frame, which is why we said, hey, look, maybe there's some value exploring that.
In order to fulfill grocery orders in under 10 minutes, the duo established a network of dark stores or micro-distribution hubs across cities.
We design our network across the city to make sure that our points of pickup are very close to population clusters in a specific neighborhood. And what ends up happening is that the average distances of our deliveries are so short that we're able to get deliveries done consistently in 10 minutes. Right now, the average distance of a Zepto delivery is between 1.7 to 2 kilometers, where food delivery or any other sort of hyperlocal delivery would be as high as 2 to 2.5 times larger than that or longer than that.
Today, Zepto operates hundreds of dark stores across 10 cities in India, with tens of thousands of delivery drivers at work. The startup says it is currently delivering 90 to 95% of its orders in 5 to 20 minutes. But Zepto isn't the only quick commerce startup in India, and competition is heating up both domestically and globally. The country's online grocery market is set to be worth around $24 billion by 2025.
If you look at all the other major categories of e-commerce, electronics, apparel, you take all of them and combine them, they're a fraction of the grocery market. And so we see sort of that opportunity being, too compelling to pass up.
So, what does Zepto need to do to set itself apart? A survey of European consumers found that user experience, fast delivery, and reliability were the top priorities for customers choosing an instant grocer.
Reliability comes in many ways. One is reliability in terms of, yes, it deliver on time, but also reliability in terms of if I order 10 things, I'll get those 10 things. And also if I order fruits and vegetables, they're the highest quality possible.
So that's sort of where Zepto comes in and has taken this market by storm.
Zepto's popularity has investors excited too. As of May 2022, the company had attracted $360 million from investors, including Y Combinator, US Healthcare Consortium, Kaiser Permanente, and Nexus Venture Partners.
I think one of the key drivers of the investment success that we've had that has been very difficult to raise new equity capital from is because, unlike a lot of players in the space, we've actually put ourselves in a position where we've had a lot of operating discipline. When we went to investors this time around, we showed very, very clear paths to profitability. We went from $0 in revenue roughly a year ago to today we're doing hundreds of millions of dollars in annualized revenue. We're still talking in terms of multiples and not percentages when it comes to our growth rate. And that's something that we're excited by.
Even so, the days of easy money for cash-burning tech companies are gone, as interest rates rise and investors demand more results. Zepto claims it has managed to reduce its cash burn rate by 5 times on a per-order basis, while making $200 to $400 million in annualized revenue. How did you guys manage to keep your cash burn low?
We're in a position where if you look at the size of our balance sheet, we have effectively got capital to last us multiple years in the context of this downturn. And we also have our overall sort of capital spent as a percentage of revenue operating in a very healthy place, especially for a high growth consumer internet company, forcing ourselves to be efficient to make every dollar last. We're able to do more orders with the same amount of cash. We're able to acquire more customers with the same amount of cash. Q1 of 2022, we grew about 800 to 900%. Q2 is looking like roughly 300% or so. With that 300% growth, we were able to keep burn flat, where in most companies, it would be growing exponentially along with that growth, right? You're spending at least 2x more in cash.
Zepto's name comes from Zeptosecond, which is the smallest unit of time. But as demand for fast deliveries grow in India, so does the pressure on drivers to complete orders as quick as they can, sometimes at the expense of their safety. In February this year, New York City legislators proposed a bill that would ban delivery companies from promoting 15-minute delivery times. This was due to worker and pedestrian safety concerns. There are similar concerns in India too, as the instant commerce space becomes more popular. How are you guys managing your fleet safety?
A lot of people do misunderstand how we get fast deliveries done, right? The thought process that, okay, you get fast deliveries done because you're pushing your riders to drive rationally. The reality is actually that our business model is designed to deliver the core value proposition of 10-minute delivery through short distances and not fast speeds. We're seeing our average distance per delivery between 1.7 to 2 kilometers per hour. 60 to 90 seconds goes in pack and dispatch. You've got 8.5 minutes to effectively travel 1.7 to 2 kilometers. That's about 21 kilometers per hour, which is really well within even what the average Indian biker would travel on the road, right? Comfortably 27 kilometers per hour.
According to Zepto, there are no penalties for delayed deliveries, nor are there any incentives for early deliveries.
We've got medical insurance, free doctor consultations, family health care, along with other benefits that sound basic to you and I, but are actually luxuries for them.
The fresh funding that Zepto has in the bag may seem like a luxury too, but Adit and Cavalia are determined to grow their company sustainably while eyeing expansion into other cities in India.
We're hoping, I guess, over the next couple of quarters that we can touch sort of the billion mark when it comes to annualized gross revenue. Currently, the thing that we're trying to maintain, basically spending less month on month. I think we're blessed with sort of a business that's growing rapidly. This sort of came out as a personal project between Cavalia and I to see if we could solve a problem at a small scale in our neighborhood, and then eventually sort of evolved into the company that we are today, and which we're incredibly grateful for.
Well, that was really interesting. Some big numbers there discussed, but I want to get you guys' thoughts on what you think in relation to some of the info we had in relation to these young guys starting up their own company and being a major success based on those numbers. Mario, what do you think?
Yeah, I thought it was interesting, and I think it's good that they were catering to like people's needs, because this is like a very helpful service, and I think it would have a very positive impact on the community. And it sounded quite safe because they weren't they did take safety seriously because they were making distances shorter, which made sense. It was also inspiring because they dropped out, and look at them now, they're doing great. Like, it was really interesting to see the numbers, and I even thought the name was quite quirky as well, with it being the shortest speed. I liked it. I thought it was really good and really interesting, and I think we need more stuff like this in the UK.
What are you saying, ladies love?
Yeah, it was. I think they could have got that point across with less time. I think there was, speaking of less time, it was like 9 minutes. I don't think we needed 9 minutes of that. That's my personal thing with these stuff. I'm not really on the long length information type videos, because information type videos most of the time for me are boring, especially if they're too long. So it was good information. I just thought it could have been quicker, and it is inspiring. I do like what they've done, and that kind of information getting out there. So that is good. So what they're doing, dropping out, but had these ideas. They were in lockdown. They thought, all right, what can we do? Let's do this, and they did it. And they're getting it done, and they're making a lot of money, which is good on them. So that I applaud and stuff like that. But it's just not my type of videos to watch. And if it wasn't for me on a reaction channel doing this, I wouldn't have on a YouTube press play to watch it. It's not my type of thing. But nevertheless, it is very interesting and very good. It's a very good video for other people.
Well, valid points there. If it's not your kind of thing, then obviously, it will be a bit, long-winded watching that type of video. But for me personally, coming from a tech background is interesting on that point alone. But I was happy to see that success story. These two young guys who were able to, make their dreams come true, and they didn't need to, finish at Stanford to be able to put themselves in that position. They were able to do it themselves. I'm not quite sure whether they, got family that helped them, or some other type of funding that might have got them a bit of a foot in the door. Maybe, I'm not sure. I don't want to discredit them because maybe they didn't have that, but that wasn't really elaborated on. But either way, they had the determination and the drive and the ambition to achieve their dreams in relation to what they've built as a company and a service which seems to be also bringing value to the people in those cities that they supply at the moment. So yeah, it would be nice to have something similar. But I suppose it's a bit like having a personal shopper, in your phone, really, isn't it? Because the fast speed and stuff, you got someone going around in the shops and stuff, grabbing all the little small bits that you want that you can't be bothered to leave your house to go and get yourself. It's a little bit lazy, but yeah, I get it. It's what the world is today. So yeah. So yeah, no. That's our thoughts on the success of the two 19-year-olds who dropped out of Stanford and set up a really, really successful and lucrative business. So well done to them. But yeah, if you would like to see more, make sure to subscribe, like, share the video with friends and family, and anyone else who likes this type of content. And we will see you very soon. So take care. Peace.